Good morning. This is Black Crow Walking, bringing you A Course of Love by Mari Perron. And we are starting a new chapter today, chapter 28, Being Witness, Bearing Witness. That's the name of the chapter. And verse 1 says, we must speak about bearing witness to what you have learned. As this course bears witness to the truth, thus must your lives bear witness. Lest this be distorted, it must be discussed. This is not a contest. Bearing witness has become a spectacular sport. Spectator sport. I'll read that again. This is not a contest. Bearing witness has become a spectator sport, and it is not meant to be thus. How then, you might ask, is the truth brought to those still living in illusion? Because inner knowing is both individual and collective, both personal and universal. This is the course of all proof. This is the source of all proof. My eyes aren't working today. This is the source of all proof. And so you believe coming together to share common testimony validates the proof of inner and collective knowing. You think shared belief a mass, like a congregation around a pulpit, and even believe in a theory of mass that purports that when a certain magnitude of belief occurs, evolutionary steps are brought about. This, however, is not about evolutionary steps, and so a process intent upon bringing the collective to a fever pitch of belief through common testimony is not our aim. Wasn't that interesting? From a Christian perspective, which is what I was as a child and a young woman, we were told that we had to go out and witness for the Lord Jesus Christ. Well, that's not what they're saying. They're saying that is not the way to go. It's not about evolution. So what is it about? Let's have a look. Trust and bearing witness go together, as the validation sought through bearing witness is a symptom of distrust. Validation sought through bearing witness is a symptom of distrust. This is kind of arse about for me, so I'm not really getting it just yet, but I'm sure I will as I read a few more words. Few are chosen to be prophets, and the plethora of testimony taking place is brought about by innocence more so than by wisdom. This sharing of personal testimony has reached its zenith and will no longer be as welcomed or appreciated. So even where the intent of this course to bring testimony together in such a way as to cause an evolutionary step, it would not work. Thus, we must concentrate on the wisdom of the heart. There is a trust that goes beyond proof and beyond the need for any witnessing at all. This is the trust of knowing. Knowing is of the heart and holds a consistency and certainty that the dawn of innocence does not contain. The dawn of innocence is but a recognition of the most common denominator of existence. As such, it is the beginning only, a true dawn. A true dawn must, as the sun rises, give way to day and the brilliance and clarity of the wisdom of which we speak. This daytime of your journey is approaching. It is the time for the sun to cut through the mist of dawn. It is the middle of the journey, a time of teaching and a time of learning. It is a time of planting and a time of harvesting. Thus, that comes before the time of rest. It is a time of celebration that comes before the quiet and the settling of the dusk. You would think of this as a time of work being done. This it is, but without the drudgery of time spent. It is your time to shine, to be a light, and to know, and to be a light, and to those who live, to be a light to those who live in darkness. And yet it is time of great humility, of wearing the face of Christ for all to see. For here is wisdom gained and shared. It's really interesting. I've been talking to several people this week about humility. What is humbleness? And it's not about going around making yourself a big note and you know everything. This is the only way. Holding massive meetings to pump out what you believe to be true. It's a time of reflection. It's a time of being what you're learning, being love. And that's what we're learning. We're learning to be love. We're learning to let go of all those programs and patterns that have stopped us being love in all situations, stopped us shining this bright light that is love within us. It is who we are. It's not our personality, it's not our egoic mind. It is just the knowing that love is who we are and living that to the full. And yet it is a time of great humility, of wearing the face of Christ for all to see, and here is wisdom gained and shared. And what is the face of Christ that we're meant to be wearing? It's love. Wearing the face of love. Shining that out into the world. With humbleness. This has been a big day for me because it's undoing some patterns that I had from Christianity that were programmed in there, and probably you did too. You go out and witness for the Lord. And it's not about going out and witnessing for love. It's about being in the knowing of who you are and living that to the full. And that is humbleness. It's not about going out and shining your light in the darkness of other people's souls. It's about being love to them, with them, and sharing that love. There are people out there that have no love, and they're crying babies in the wilderness of their own darkness. And as they see the love inside you, they feel it. They feel loved by you. And that's all we need to do, just be love. Just be love. I hope you have a loving day and that love finds you well. And that today you can rest in your love and that you can share it and you can beam it out. Just be you, the real you, the truth of you. Love. Bye for now.